Just walked back from MSG. I had a ton of fun tonight. You know, these are the cards that I never want to miss. And I never like to make these videos and be a salesman to you guys. I actually really hate that. But I am a passionate fan. That's the way my career started. That's where I'm at now. That's the way my career is going to end. So I like to share that with you guys. And these fights where you have the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, particularly when you have a big underdog story in Derek Lewis, man, I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss that just in case. But I also never thought that this card was as fumbled as some people initially did, or as some people were saying that it was. For me, the card was always intact, but it was in the wrong order. Yes, I thought the Weidman and Rockhold fight, which turned into Jacare, I thought that should have been on top of the bill. But I also thought that Adesanya versus Brunson should have been the co-main event. So these fights stayed preserved. These fights were fantastic. But I do want to talk about Israel just for a moment, okay? This is a guy that does everything right. He comes in there with some showsmanship. He comes in there with a little bit of anger. You can see the chip he has on his shoulder. You can see and sense the drive, but there is nothing that is manufactured about this. It comes off crystal clear. This is a real guy who's worked really hard, who has really big goals, and he's willing to get off his biscuit and get in there and risk it, okay? He's not just talk. He's just also willing to talk. He's also willing to share with you why he should be given the opportunities. The thing about Israel that I want to point out, okay, I find this to be more impressive than his skills. The thing about him that I would find intimidating if I was in that division is his ability to grow in between fights. Okay, 2 fights ago, he was getting taken down. 2 fights ago, he was getting held down, and 2 fights ago, it appeared he had conditioning issues. 1 fight ago, all of a sudden those conditioning issues are gone, and all of a sudden he's not so easy to take down, particularly to hold down. Tonight, you couldn't even take him down, and Derek Brunson is nobody's fool. Okay, Derek Brunson is a really tough night out, but when you're dealing with Adesanya, particularly tonight, you have a guy who's closing gaps, a guy who's able to go and look at his own footage, even in victory. So many times a guy will have victory and sit down with his coaches and go, okay, well, we did everything right. Let's duplicate that. No, you didn't. You did plenty of things wrong. You just happened to also win. Adesanya appears to me to be a guy who will go back with his coaches, humble himself, even in victory, and find those mistakes and make sure they don't happen twice. That is the thing. And you know what? You know who else does that? John Jones. Somebody who can go out there, win, but go out there and increase their skills and make sure that that gap grows between themselves and the rest of the competition. It's something very special. It's something I'm seeing from this young fighter. I'm not certain that he didn't just make himself the #1 contender.